gentlemen, how is everybody doing today? I hope you are all doing well. I hope you had a fantastic day yesterday. I hope you had a fantastic week so far. I hope you've had a fantastic month so far. I hope everything is fantastic for you. Currently right now I'm recording this a day early and all I'm looking at is sunshine, so I'm in a great mood. Plus, I had the ability to be able to talk to a few of you guys who hopped on to my Google Meets. I was really happy to get to talk to you guys. It was a whole lot of fun hanging out with you and talking to you for a little bit, something I haven't done in about a month or 2 months. So that was awesome. Just a heads up, guys, I will be doing another one of those next week. Most likely it will be Wednesday. If that day changes, I will let you guys know. But I would really like to talk to as many of you as I can. Those of you that jumped on today, if you want to do that Wednesday next week, absolutely, please go ahead and do that. I'd also love to talk to more of you and see more of you guys if you feel like hopping on. So that will most likely be Wednesday. If I end up needing to do it on a different day, I will make sure I let you know that and make sure I make you aware of that and what day it's going to be changed to so you know. But for right now, make sure you plan for Wednesday. So that takes care of number one. Number two, what we are going to be doing today. Today is an A day. Today is a review lesson, as we know. So the check for learning that I had for you guys on Friday was actually a very easy check for learning. All I asked you to do was write your name in the Google form, and that was it. So obviously we don't need to go over that because you all are very well aware of how to write your name, and I'm trusting that you didn't misspell it. I really hope, though, then again, I've misspelled my name from time to time, but I trust you guys. I don't think you misspelled your name. I think you're all good. So I don't have that to go over, guys. Instead, what we're going to do today is we're going to I'm going to give you something to read over. It'll take you about 10, 15 minutes, maybe at most, to read it over. And it's going to add to what we're going to do tomorrow, which is why the title for today's review lesson is The North Introduction. What we are going to be doing for the rest of the year. Now, we spent the first half of the year, or the first quarter or third of the year, talking about the lead up to the American Revolution and the fighting of the American Revolution. That's why we talked about the explorers. That's why we talked about the colonies. That's why we talked about the French and Indian War and the taxes and all that stuff. That was all the lead up to the Revolutionary War. We talked about the fighting of the Revolutionary War. The next third from Washington's presidency and the Articles of Confederation all the way to Jackson's presidency, there we go, is the effect of the Revolutionary War and how the United States makes itself stronger. The last third of the year, what we are going to be doing is we're going to be spending our time talking about the lead up to the Civil War and why the Civil War was actually fought and actually happened. Now, we've been leaving breadcrumbs all throughout the year, talking about and referencing kind of problems that are going to come up in the Civil War. But now we actually get down to the nitty gritty and we actually get down to the details. So, for this introduction, we're going to start off by looking at the North. We're going to look at their economy and we're going to look at the technology that they created. In order to understand why the Civil War happened, we have to start with an understanding of what the North was like and what the South was like just before the fighting of the Civil War and just before the events that led to the Civil War. So that's exactly what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to introduce ourselves to that, get a really good understanding of not only the North, but of kind of the split between the differences between the North and the South. And then next week, we will focus on the South and we'll mainly focus on their systems and stuff like that. But what I want to look at today and tomorrow is the North. So, I have a short reading, like I said, and I'll talk to you guys about that on the next slide. What I want to focus on now is the office hours. My office hours are from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. So make sure you take and reach out to me if you've got any questions, if you have any issues, and I will respond as quickly as I can at that time. Okay, so that takes care of this slide. Next, if you're watching this video, I would like you guys to give yourselves a round of applause or a pat on the back, whichever you feel like, because you have completed bullet number 1. Outstanding, fantastic, great job, guys. Well done. So you are all set with that. You've done bullet number 1. You're good to go if you're watching this video and watching me make a ham of myself. So the next thing I'd like you to do after that, I want you to make sure you've watched the teacher lesson video on the Google Slides from yesterday. That video gave you all of the answers for the Andrew Jackson CRQ. Now, I've received some emails and I've checked over some of yours, those that wanted to send those to me. You didn't have to, but I have checked them over. I've read them, I've double checked them, and I've left comments for you that you can go back, open up that document, and read. So make sure you look those over, guys. Make sure you have watched the teacher lesson video from yesterday so that you know the answer, so that you're all set and you've got all the information you need for that CRQ. Once you know you've done that, please make sure you have completed the check for learning on the slides from yesterday. Make sure you do your very best. You can use your notes. You can look at the CRQ. You can use anything you need to help you answer that question. If you answer it correctly and you do a good job, you will earn full credit on that lesson. And if you have access, at the very least, if you've accessed the Google Slides and you've done the check for learning, you'll get at least a 2 on that. So that's what you should be shooting for, a 2 or a 3. Anything lower than that just means that you didn't do part of it or you did none of it. So make sure you are completing everything, guys. I want to give you the most points that I can. So make sure you've done those 2 things. Once you've done that, I'm going to ask you to please review the workbook sheets posted to Google Classroom. So I'm just going to show you real fast, guys, where you can find them if Google Classroom will load, because there we go. Okay. So when you opened up this assignment, you saw the Google Slides that you're viewing this video on, and along with that, you saw Technological Revolution in the North. So this reading is going to focus on the technology of the North. It doesn't really come up in the lesson that I'm doing tomorrow. So I want you to read this. All you got to do is read it. You don't have to answer the questions. Just read it. Don't answer the questions so that you have that additional information in your head. Now, if you don't do this today, you're going to have to do it on Friday along with everything else, along with watching this video and doing everything else that you have to do. So if you do it today, that will make your life a lot easier and you will have a very easy Social Studies Friday if you do this today. So please make sure you do it. Please make sure you get it done. So all you got to do is read it. It should be very quick. It should be very easy. Okay? So that takes care of that bullet. And then if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. As a reminder, my office hours are from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. One more thing, guys. I did post your grades. Your grades are up to date. I am going to go back and check most likely on most likely tomorrow. What I will do is I will go back and I'll check over the Google Forms from the 20th, the 22nd, and the 24th. Just to double check to make sure to see if anybody has answered that recently to try to raise their grade or anything like that. So as of right now, as of April 28th, your grades are up to date. And as of April 29th, your grades should be up to date. I will check April 30th, which is tomorrow, obviously, to see if who has completed it that I haven't had marked, so I can make sure that your grades are accurate and stuff like that. So you can go on to School Tool and check your grades, see what it is. If you've got any questions, let me know, reach out to me, and we should be all set. With that said, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you are able to get out and I just lost my train of thought. So I hope you're able to get out and enjoy the weather and enjoy the good weather that's supposed to be coming. I think it's supposed to rain the next couple of days, but it is supposed to be in the 60s as opposed to the 40s. So hopefully you guys get out. You should be all set. If you got any questions, reach out to me during my office hours. With that said, guys, I hope you have yourselves a fantastic day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Okay, I was just trying to be cool. Have a great day, guys.